Now for checking your Pinpoint weather and traffic together, I want to head on over to Pete Mangione, who's tracking all that green and yellow on the radar this morning.
Yes, such is the case with weather, Danielle. Not enough rain out to the west with the fires and a little bit too much rain around here. Let's talk about our weather headlines. A flood watch continues until 2 o'clock this afternoon. I'm going to talk about those major rivers in just a second. Let's focus just on the area in general. And this is for everybody. This is due to the potential of some street flooding. If you live near a small stream or creek, there's a chance that could go over its banks over the next several hours here. And actually, this is not the first thing I want to pull up. The good thing about interactive screens here is we can go back and try to redo it. There we go. Flood watch in effect until 2 o'clock this afternoon. 1 to 2 inches for most. Could be some higher isolated amounts. In fact, Smithfield already surpassing that 2-inch mark. And again, the main threat would be some ponding on the roadways. Some of those smaller streams could go over the banks. So just be mindful of that if you live near a smaller creek or stream. Now, in terms of our major rivers, we're talking about the Pawcatuck and Westerly, the Patuxent, and the Cranston-Warwick area. Minor to moderate flooding is still in the forecast. In fact, over the past several hours, the Patuxent River has actually risen. I'll show you that in just a second. The weekend, hey, it looks great. We earned it, right, with all this wet weather. Looking very nice for Father's Day. We'll have more on that coming up in just a second. Live Pinpoint Doppler 12 showing the green representing the light to moderate rain. These tiny little specks of yellow, that's where the rain is a bit heavier. And this trend continues for several hours before the rain really starts to let up later on this morning. In terms of amounts, you can see Smithfield over 2 inches, about 1.5 inches here in Providence, and anywhere from 3/4 of an inch here in Newport to just over 1 inch in Westerly. So we're pretty much on track for these forecasted rainfall amounts. What you see is pretty much what you get. You can see, in fact, just before our eyes, some of these amounts increasing. We could add, say, another 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/2 inch in spots across most of our viewing area before we're all said and done with the rain this morning. Now, in terms of the Patuxent River here in the Cranston-Warwick area, right now the level at 9.5 feet. That's actually risen a little bit over the past several hours, and minor to moderate flooding is in the forecast. What does that mean? Well, that means 1 to 2 feet above flood stage. Compare that to 2010, which was 12 feet above flood stage. So you get the idea. We don't want to make light of any minor to moderate flooding along the Patuxent, but it's going to be nowhere close to what we saw in 2010. We're also watching the Pawcatuck and Westerly right now, the flood stage, right now the river level at 7.4 feet. We're also forecasting minor to moderate flooding. Again, these rivers will continue to rise tonight into early tomorrow morning, even after the rain has stopped. In Providence, we have the rain. We also have some gusty winds in Providence and across the coast. In Newport, actually, winds still around 16 miles an hour out of the northeast. I do expect these winds to diminish by the time we get into the afternoon. Here's the good news. Notice how quickly this green blob is trying to pull out of the area. So it's this back edge that we're watching. This will approach rapidly here over the next several hours. So for this morning, steady rain until about 8, perhaps 9 o'clock in the morning. After that, it's just a few lingering showers. I can't rule out a shower in the afternoon, but most of the afternoon should be rain-free. High temperatures, upper 60s. It's even possible we get a little bit of sunshine late. 7-day futurecast. How about 80 for Saturday? Sunday looking really good for Father's Day. A nice day to play some golf. The coast will be cooler on Sunday, probably a high of around 70 at most of our beaches, but still nice. Looking at some showers moving in Monday into Tuesday. Don't forget about WPRI.com. You can take the Pinpoint weather futurecast with you. Now we go over to Jam Cam traffic.